Hello and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Recap, where I share with you 5 recent stories of interest for asylum seekers and those wanting to stay updated on immigration news. This week, we're discussing
immigration dominates the 2024 U.S. election, challenging Biden and fueling Trump. The Supreme Court rules against Texas's border policy, asserting federal control. Trump disrupts a key immigration deal, influencing Republicans' legislative stance. Immigration courts face a severe attorney shortage affecting representation rates. A New York immigration lawyer is arrested for a massive immigration fraud scheme.
I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum attorney, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. All right, let's get to the news. First up,
immigration is catapulted to the forefront of the 2024 U.S. election, presenting a formidable challenge for President Biden and a rallying point for former President Trump. In states like Iowa and New Hampshire, distant from the southern border, immigration ranks almost as critical as the economy in voters' minds. Trump has amplified his anti-immigration stance, echoing his 2016 campaign strategy, while Biden grapples with internal party conflicts. Record-breaking migrant encounters and apprehensions at the U.S.-Mexico border have pushed this issue into the national consciousness. Biden's handling of immigration has resulted in a historic low approval rating, with Republicans perceived as more capable on this issue. Amidst mounting pressure, Biden contemplates a bipartisan immigration bill, risking further division within the Democratic Party. Trump, emboldened, proposes stringent immigration reforms, resonating with his supporters. This issue's prominence in the election narrative highlights the deep political divide and evolving attitudes towards immigration in the U.S.
And up next for update number 2.
The U.S. Supreme Court has struck a significant blow against Texas's border policy, ordering the state to grant federal agents access to border areas. This pivotal decision underscores the long-standing legal precedent that border security is a federal, not state, jurisdiction. Governor Greg Abbott's aggressive border measures, including installing concertina wire and restricting federal access, have heightened tensions with the Biden administration. The court's 5-4 ruling reverses an earlier decision by the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, spotlighting the ongoing struggle over immigration control. Amidst this legal battle, the White House criticizes Texas's tactics as harmful political maneuvers. Biden's 2021 immigration reform, though ambitious, faces a tough road in a divided Congress. This ruling not only challenges Texas's staunch border stance, but also reflects the broader, contentious debate on immigration policy in the U.S., with significant implications for both state sovereignty and national security.
All right, it's time for our third immigration update.
Former President Donald Trump, poised to be the 2024 Republican nominee, is throwing a wrench into critical immigration reform negotiations. Congress is on the cusp of a historic immigration deal, merging Republican border security concerns with Democrat-led emergency aid. Trump, however, has blasted the deal, demanding a hardline Republican approach and causing turmoil in the House, where a signature legislative victory is desperately needed after an unproductive year. Trump wants the border to remain broken so he can run on the issue in his campaign. His influence continues to dominate the Republican Party, often at the expense of down-ticket Republicans. This was evident in recent elections where Trump-backed candidates lost and Democrats made significant gains. Now, with the looming immigration deal, Republican senators stress this is the best possible outcome, even under a future Trump presidency. But House Speaker Mike Johnson, under Trump's sway, remains hesitant. This pivotal moment in immigration reform highlights the deep entanglement of the GOP with Trump's enduring influence.
By the way, if you want to stay updated on asylum and immigration reform news, then make sure to press the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss the next video. Okay, moving on, we're ready for update number 4.
A new report spotlights a severe attorney shortage in immigration court, with representation rates for immigrants in removal proceedings plummeting from 65% to a mere 30%. This critical shortage exacerbates an already strained system grappling with a massive backlog of over 3.2 million cases. The scarcity of immigration attorneys is proving detrimental to the efficiency and fairness of court proceedings. 5 years ago, nearly 2/3 of non-citizens had legal representation. Today, only 3 in 10 do. The spike in court backlogs has tripled the demand for attorneys, but the supply has grown by just 50%. This shortage hampers the ability of immigrants, particularly asylum seekers, to navigate complex legal procedures, most of which are in English and beyond the comprehension of many non-English speakers. ICE's recent budget constraints and reduced attorney presence at hearings further complicate the scenario. This crisis makes clear the urgent need for more legal professionals in the immigration system and highlights the significant challenges facing the U.S. immigration courts.
And finally, our 5th immigration update for this week.
a New York lawyer's audacious scam has come crashing down. Kofi Amankwa, a 69-year-old attorney, and his son have been arrested for orchestrating a large-scale immigration fraud, exploiting hundreds of immigrants and the U.S. government. Using the Violence Against Women Act, they falsely claimed their clients, undocumented immigrant parents, were abused by their children to obtain green cards. This deceit led to some clients being deported. Operating since 2016, Amankwa filed nearly 4,000 fraudulent petitions. His license was suspended last November after numerous complaints of submitting false immigration documents. Additionally, New York Attorney General Letitia James has sued Amankwa and Associates, demanding restitution and damages for the harmed immigrants. Families affected by Amankwa's scheme described a deceitful process, unaware of the false abuse claims made in their name, leading to dire consequences like deportation. This case highlights a shocking betrayal of trust and manipulation of legal processes, leaving numerous immigrant families devastated.
And that concludes this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. We help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can assist you in securing your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.